Welcome back, my friend. I hope you're hungry. Right now, as you're settling in and taking that first delicious bite of your meal, I want you to pause for just a second. Go on. Enjoy it. Savor the warmth, the aroma, the flavors. It's moments like these, simple and comforting, that ground us in our own little corner of the world. Now, take a look around you. Maybe you're sitting in your favorite chair in the living room, or perhaps you're at your kitchen table, the heart of the home. It's your space, familiar and safe. If you glance out your window, you probably see a familiar sight. Other houses, a street stretching out, maybe some neighbors walking by, or cars driving past on their way to somewhere else. You might see kids playing, or hear the distant hum of a lawnmower. It's all just normal, everyday life, right? The predictable, comforting rhythm of a community. Well, today, we are leaving normal far, far behind. So make sure you're comfortable, take another bite of that food, and don't let it get cold, because you won't want to miss a second of this. Today, your meal buddy is taking you on a journey to the two most bizarre, unbelievable, and utterly fascinating towns on planet Earth. These are places where the very concept of a neighborhood is completely turned upside down, redefined by geography, history, and sheer human ingenuity. Let's start by packing our virtual winter coats, because our first stop is deep in the freezing, isolated wilderness of Alaska. We're heading to a tiny remote port town nestled between glaciers and mountains, a place called Whittier. Getting into this town is the first crazy part of the story. You can't just drive in whenever you want. In fact, for most of its history, you couldn't drive in at all. The only way in was by sea or by rail. But now, to get to Whittier, you have to drive your car through the Anton Anderson Memorial Tunnel. It is a 2.5-mile-long, dark, one-way tunnel carved straight through the center of a massive mountain. This isn't some polished, brightly lit highway tunnel. It feels more like a secret military bunker, which is exactly what it was originally built for during World War II. And here is the catch that makes it one of the most unique roadways in North America. It is a single lane shared by cars and trains. You literally drive on top of the railroad tracks. Because of this, the direction of traffic only changes every half hour. Cars line up and wait for their turn to pass through. And at night, they lock the giant vault doors on either end. There's no sneaking in or out. If you miss the last tunnel opening at 10:30 p.m., that's it. You are sleeping in your car until it opens again in the morning. But let's say you make it through the tunnel. You arrive in the town of Whittier. You look around, expecting to see a main street, a few coffee shops, a gas station, and rows of cozy houses. Instead, you see practically nothing. Just snow, the ocean, and one massive 14-story Cold War-era apartment building called the Begich Towers. You might wonder, where is the town? My friend, that building is the town. Almost every single one of the town's residents, about 250 people, lives inside this exact same building. The mayor lives there. The chief of police lives down the hall. Your teacher lives upstairs. Imagine living in a town where your entire morning commute to work or to the grocery store simply involves putting on a pair of slippers, stepping out of your apartment, and pressing the elevator button. This imposing concrete structure, the Begich Towers, wasn't originally built for civilian life. It was a Cold War-era military barracks designed for function and fortitude. After the military left and a devastating earthquake in 1964 reshaped the region, civilians moved in, transforming this relic into a unique, self-contained town. Today, the first floor is the town square. It has a post office, a police station, a small grocery store, a laundromat, and a health clinic. Everything you need is just an elevator ride away. There's even a church in the basement and a small hotel for the few tourists brave enough to visit in the off-season. You could theoretically wake up, go to work, buy your groceries, visit the doctor, and go to church, all while wearing your pajamas without ever stepping a single foot outside. I bet their delivery pizza arrives suspiciously fast. But why? Why would an entire town choose to live packed together in one giant concrete box? The answer is the brutal, unforgiving Alaskan weather. In the winter, Whittier gets hammered by 60-mile-per-hour freezing winds and up to 250 inches of snow. That's over 20 feet of snow. The weather isn't just inconvenient, it's genuinely dangerous. This extreme environment poses a huge challenge, especially for the town's children. The local school sits just a short distance from the main tower, but a walk that would be trivial anywhere else is a life-threatening trek here. So, they engineered a brilliant solution, an underground tunnel connecting the apartment building directly to the school. This way, the kids can walk to class in their t-shirts while a massive, freezing blizzard rages just a few feet above their heads. It's the ultimate survival community. A town under one single roof. Okay, take a sip of your drink, because we are about to drastically change the temperature. We are leaving the freezing, claustrophobic snows of Alaska, and we are flying straight to the scorching, endless red deserts of the Australian Outback. A place that looks so much like an alien planet that movies like Mad Max were filmed here. In the vast, sun-scorched heart of the Australian Outback lies a town that looks, from the surface, almost deserted. But to find the residents of Coober Pedy, you don't look around, you look down. The name itself comes from an Aboriginal phrase, Coober Pedy, which means white man's hole, and for good reason. Around half of the town's population lives entirely underground, in remarkable homes they call dugouts. The reason is simple: survival. On the surface, summer temperatures can soar to a blistering 120 degrees Fahrenheit, or nearly 50 degrees Celsius. It's an oven. But early opal miners, who flocked here after the first gems were discovered in 1915, quickly learned a secret from the earth itself. If you dig just a few meters down into the soft sandstone, the temperature stays at a perfect, natural 75 degrees Fahrenheit, or 24 degrees Celsius, all year round. No air conditioning needed, ever. And these aren't just dark, dirty caves. The architecture is ingenious. Each dugout requires carefully planned ventilation shafts that poke up to the surface, circulating fresh air and preventing the space from feeling stuffy. The front-facing rooms often have windows to let in natural light, while deeper rooms rely on clever lighting to create a warm, inviting atmosphere. The result is spectacular. They have spacious living rooms, modern kitchens, flat-screen TVs, and beautiful swirling walls of exposed reddish-brown sandstone that feel like natural works of art. This subterranean lifestyle extends to the entire community. There are underground hotels for tourists, fascinating underground art galleries, and even serene, beautiful underground churches carved by hand with incredible devotion. As dusk falls, the town comes alive above ground, with people emerging to socialize as the desert heat finally subsides. But here is the absolute best part about living in an underground house in Coober Pedy, the undisputed opal capital of the world. If your family grows and you need an extra bedroom, you don't call a normal construction company. You rent a digging machine and you simply mine a new room out of the rock. This process is called noodling, and it's a local pastime. Because the ground here is so incredibly rich with precious gems, it is not uncommon for people to literally find a small fortune in opals while expanding their own homes. Can you imagine digging out a new closet and finding enough precious stones to pay for the entire house? It's a unique homeowner's bonus that could only happen right here, in this incredible town beneath the earth. From a single towering building fighting off the freezing Alaskan blizzards to luxurious caves hiding from the scorching Australian sun. It really makes you appreciate human adaptability. We can build a home and a community absolutely anywhere. I hope your meal is treating you well. As you finish your last few bites, I just want to say thank you for letting me join you today. There is a whole world of crazy, fascinating stories out there, and I can't wait to share the next one with you. If you enjoyed our journey today, please leave a like, tell me in the comments which of these two towns you would rather live in, and hit that subscribe button. Have a great rest of your day, and your meal buddy is signing off.